Welcome to the Voice Summit here in Arlington, Virginia. My name's Utile. I'm the CEO at Attention Live, and I get the joy of co-producing some of these fun conversations here in our media room today. So I'm here with Elise from Vocads.
Yeah.
You came all the way out from Paris.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming and spending time with us.
Thanks for receiving me.
Absolutely. So please tell us a bit about your background and why you founded Vocads.
Yeah, sure. So I started my career as an international consultant at the United Nations, and I was working on public policies, and 7 years ago I created my first company in Morocco that was importing dental product on the Moroccan market. So already in the innovation at that time, and also at the time I co-created a dental prototype of dental simulation of treatment, like you could simulate a treatment before with a stick on your tooth.
Wow.
So this was at the time 7 years ago. I built a second company in France, a web marketing agency. And I was doing the traditional website, digital marketing and all that thing. And at that time, my co-founder, Anthony, came to me. He was also CEO of another voice tech company. He told me, you know what, voice is the next revolution. And when we met at the coffee machine, the coffee machine where you right away kind of, you see the similar mindset and all that thing. And we say, yeah, we have to work together. And we had two very complementary backgrounds, and we decided to create Vocads. That's the beginning of the company, yeah.
Now, this is your very first interview in English, is
that
correct? But
it
you're
is.
doing very, very good. Congratulations. How many languages do you speak? Because United Nations, Morocco, so I'm like, how many languages do you know?
So I do speak 4,
okay.
But I can work with 6.
Wow, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And when you come into different geographic environments, Morocco or something you do with the United Nations or being here in Washington, D.C., how do you present Vocads, your company, differently to different groups of people? And do you? Or is it different depending on kind of the environment that you're in?
Well, I'd say I give a general description, but after, according to the type of person I have in front of me, I'll be a bit more technical. It depends if I'm talking to a marketing person or a technical engineer, it depends. But do you want me to explain what's Vocads?
Yeah, so what I understand, and maybe you could give some clarity, is Vocads is a platform.
Yeah, sure.
It's your proprietary technology that you've built. It is kind of an all-in-one solution from what I understand, right? It does conversational AI, not low code, but no code. So people might be familiar with kind of what VoiceFlow does. So not that, but similar to that. It also has an element where you could talk to websites. People here might be familiar with like Speechly. It's not Speechly, but it has some similarities. So you have 3 different modules in your platform. That's one place that people can go do all the no-code development. So please fill in the gaps from there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start. Yeah, so Vocads, it's a no-code platform to easily build voice conversation with an AI in any environment. So what it means, voice conversation, you, for instance, on a website, on voice website, for example, you have a little mic that appears, and by clicking on the mic, you will trigger a voice conversation with our AI, and vocally the AI will have a bunch of interaction. Hey, do you wanna, hi, how are you today? Do you wanna talk to a sales rep? Do you wanna have a little description of what is voice, etc. So you have a, voice interaction, and you can jump from one website to the other, affiliation. All this through a real and continuous voice conversation. Vocads is really a solution. The aim of Vocads is really to democratize access to voice technology, because voice technology is really nice, because voice is really easy, it's natural, it's fast, but voice has some complexity. Voice has some acoustic challenges, because, when you have some sounds around you, it's not that easy for an AI to hear you and not all the people around you. Voice has some linguistic challenges. When I tell you, yes, absolutely, definitely, let's go. Why not? It means yes. For you, it's easy, but for an AI, it's not that easy.
Right.
And also, even though you have some big players like Google or Alexa, where you can build, take the skills and build platform, it still requires some development, integration, maintenance. So with Vocads, with this no-code platform, and a real no-code, not a low-code, a real no-code, as you were saying, we try to make the voice interaction easy. So it becomes easy to create a campaign, a voice campaign we call that, to broadcast it, to, and to analyze it, because we have some real-time data. And it becomes as well simple to interact with, the clients and collaborator of a company, because everyone in the planet can talk, and everyone has something to say. And with all the voice data gathered real-time on the platform, in the end, you can understand better your clients and your collaborator. Like the company can understand better their clients and the collaborator, because the solution can be applied for collaborators internally and for clients externally. So, and as we say at Vocads, and it's our baseline, by talking to each other, we understand each other.
And where do you see this industry going, and where do you see Vocads being an integral part of the development of the voice industry? Because it sounds like your platform and the different modules that you've created there, proprietary technology, are covering a lot of bases. And so is there a specific focus that you have? Is it just the no-code option to get things done? And what's your hope for the industry? So give me a little idea around the future.
Yeah, sure. So the vision of Vocads is, and the platform has been built to become a meta, to be a plug-and-play solution where you can be on every industry. That's the goal. Because in the end, if I ask a paint, or if I ask, a credit, or my AI, it's natural language. My AI can understand. So the philosophy, like the idea and the vision of the company, is to become a meta. Then there is the first step of Vocads. So our first step will be perhaps more retail focused. So we already have clients for a startup. And in France, in different industries. We are opening the US, and in the US we might target first the retail sector to start. But yeah, the vision is definitely to be plug and play in a different sector, and for different people, like different sector and different people, because the platform has been built to easily be used by any business unit, marketing unit, customer relationship unit, HR units, etc.
And so being here with this community, what are the conversations that you said, I'm here because I can learn, right? I'm in the keynote sessions so I can learn and listen, and that's a huge reason to be here. But for Vocads, what type of things would you like to see developed for your company from this community? What partnerships are you looking for? What clients are you looking for? Give us some insight in terms of those that are maybe watching on LinkedIn right now, or see the archive of this, like how they'd want to engage with your organization.
Yeah, definitely. So the goal of Vocads is really to try to reproduce as much as possible a natural conversation as you could have between you and me, for instance, human to human, but it's human to an AI. And this is not easy, because to us, and a conversation is not just a story. Like, I don't know if you can say that in English, but it's not just a matter of developer. To build a natural conversation, it's a matter of mingling different of people, linguist people, developer, marketer, neuromarketer, a bunch of social science around it. So to us, the idea is to partner with people that can bring, a little, push in this natural conversation, like to help ease, for example, if I say, why not? For example, our AI, at the moment, we can write it, like we can design it on the platform, but it doesn't sound as natural. So, for example, having a company that can add this little, natural thing, like, why, good idea, like to make it more natural. That could be one of the partnership, but definitely also Vocads tries to build an ecosystem. We really, like for instance, at the moment we are working with a financial institution in France to do some voice payment. So we're going to launch a pilot project because on the retail website, for instance, you can search for a product, help the user, you guide the user until the add to cart. You can even upsell and say, hey, do you want to see the bestseller, and add and increase the cart. But we stop there. So what we are launching for the next step in 2022 is a pilot project to go until the voice payment. So we need some cooperation and partners for that because, for instance, if you do some voice payment, you need to add some biometrics, voice biometrics to be sure that it's you who is buying and not someone else. Yeah. So we definitely need to partner. And another type of partnership we are, doing is like our little widget is not only a mic. We want to actually have a 360 experience, not only a voice, but also, we are adding some image and video while you are talking to the AI to make the experience, to augment the experience, not only vocally, but visually, because we do believe at Vocads that, voice is definitely an extremely powerful medium, but it cannot be detached totally from image or video. It has to be a 360 experience. We also want to partner with some guys from doing some avatar, to make the interaction like you talk to someone. So this is building an ecosystem. So it's what we are doing at the moment in France, in Europe, and definitely again the idea is to do that stuff as well in the US.
Yes. Well, thanks for being here with our community. Thanks for sitting down with me, telling me a bit about Vocads. If people want to follow up with Vocads, you and your team, what's the best way for them to do that?
Vocads.com.
Okay.
Vocads.com.
Okay. Well, there it is, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this conversation. I'll be back again with another one very, very soon.
Thank you.